Welcome or welcome back to iGaming. Today we're back with some more No One Survived. And what we're going to do is go over the skills and how you can improve them. And we've got our friend Trader Bob here to help us out. He's not talking much, but he's willing to sell us some funky hats and some funky clothes. I mean, he's calling me fat with only large and triple XL, but it's Christmas. You're allowed to be a little bit fat this time of year. Now, let's jump in and see what you can do to improve these skills and how you can unlock things through workbenches and other recipes that you're going to need towards later game stages. It is not the clearest, but what we're going to do is clear it up and hopefully it'll help. If it does, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more No One Survived. So, first thing we're going to talk about is the skills and how you can actually improve them. Now, the way you improve the majority of them is relatively simple and is pretty self-explanatory. But some of them are a little bit more, complicated, or they might not be as straightforward as they seem, such as Constitution, Metallurgery. Some people may know them, some people may not. But how you can improve these and what they are, pretty damn easy when you know and you've got the hang of it. Constitution is basically your overall stats, and the way you can keep that nice and high or improve it is by keeping your general stats at a decent level. So don't let your food go too low, don't let your stamina go too low. Keep everything at a nice even playing field. Keep your character healthy is the best way to get the Constitution all the way up to level 5. Arms, relatively self-explanatory. Blunt weapons, firearms and sharps. You can improve those skills by simply using the corresponding weapons. So blunt weapons would be sledgehammer, normal hammer, bats, things along those lines. The repair hammer does not work, so don't try and use that. Firearms, obviously weapons, sharps is bladed weapons, and weapon manufacturing. Now this one you can improve by getting the books. We will go a little bit more into the books later on, but for now the way you can work on weapon manufacturing and improve it is by crafting various weapons, simple things like bows, arrows, all that kind of stuff. And tailor, that one self-explanatory. You can get that by tailoring clothes, creating yourselves outfits, all those kinds of things, and you can increase it by making clothing, reading the volumes of the tailoring books, and visiting vendors and merchants, and they will give you the skills and the knowledge for that. Engineering is pretty simple. That's building items, any items that you can come across when you're constructing a house and stuff like that. That's how that one works. Electrification is items that you can craft, and you can increase that by building electrical items, and once again corresponding books, and traders will give you that. Mechanical, effect switch items that you can use by using the machinery books, and you need to craft mechanical items. Now, everything like that will become apparent when we look into the technology tree in just a second. Agriculture, obviously agricultural, farming, growing plants, things like that will improve. Cooking, pretty self-explanatory, you've got to cook. Metallurgery is something that a few people have been a little bit confused by, but that is designating what metals that you can actually craft. So iron, copper, brass, well not brass, but that kind of stuff. That is how that one will work. Obviously you can get books and traders can help you with that one as well. And finally, medicine. You can improve that one by crafting medical resources such as bandages, anything along those lines. Now obviously you can read the 5 books, which let's have a look at what these books are. So another way you can upgrade your skills is through this fella here. He is a trader, and you can find those in multiple places all over the map, simply by heading to one of these guys, the merchants. There's several of them, and they all offer different training, or let's say just skills in general. Now what you do is you go, I want to learn skills with you, and you can learn engineering, agriculture. It depends on the merchant that you go to, but you can learn all of the skills available. Now unfortunately what you do need is a relationship with said trader, and each trader needs a different amount of sort of relationship or friendship. Now as you can see here, study engineering 2nd class, that's 40 relationship. Then you need 60 for 3rd class, and then agriculture you've got 1, and it goes up in 20, so you need 20, 40, 60. Now how you build that relationship, unfortunately for you the player, is I have some good things here for you. You give him stuff, anything you can give him, that'll bring your relationship up. So relationship growth is 5. Obviously the better item, the more relationship growth you're going to be getting out of it. So fabric, just crap stuff, not really much, but As you can see, the more you give, the better stuff that you give. Some stuff he doesn't want, some stuff won't improve your relationship. But that is how you improve that. And that works the same for all of the traders. So if you do want to get a bit of a head start on actually getting those skills up, that is the way to do it. Another way that you can do it is by getting yourself some books. Some traders may have them, some may not, but you can find them out in the world. The way the books work, though, is a little bit different because you can't just read any old book. As we were going through the skills earlier on, so what you can see here is obviously Taylor and engineering. The books correspond with the skills. So there are 5 books for each skill. And what you need to do is get the corresponding book to the skill that you need. So how that works is basically, let's say I need the engineering skill. If I've got engineering book number 1, that's not going to do anything for me. What I'd need is engineering book number 2. And then so on and so forth. So to get level 3, I need engineering book number 3. And that works the same with all of the skills. You need all the engineering books separately. It won't just work getting, let's say, oh, I've got engineering 5, so we'll read that. What you will need to do is get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or build your skill all the way up to number 5. So, this one, pretty self-explanatory, but I did struggle. It took me a couple of minutes to actually figure out how to do this. But to make certain things, you're going to need processing tables. You're going to need all sorts of bits and bobs from the technology section. Now, you need to unlock these. So for the processing table, what you need is a log, and then so on and so forth. For different things, you're going to need different bits. Now, to make a furnace, you're going to need clay, but this isn't the recipe to actually make the item. What you will need to do is get the corresponding item. So go out and find it, be that clay, be that logs, wood, whatever it may be. Then come back into the technology tree, click on it, and then this will use those 5 clay items to actually build it. So you've got melting furnace, bricks. So to learn bricks, you'll need the clay and the metallurgy grade 1. To learn the melting furnace, all you're going to need is bricks. But obviously to do that, you will need the bricks first. To get box frames, you're going to need engineering grade 1 and 3 boards. So basically the learning conditions, self-explanatory. Exercise consumption doesn't really make much sense, but basically what that is the parts that you need to learn the skill. So you need to actually put resources in to learn skills, which I think that's quite cool. It's definitely a little bit different. But obviously you're going to need weapon manufacturing 1 and iron ingots for the dagger, and then so on and so forth. That is how things will keep progressing until you get down to all the good and the nitty-gritty stuff right at the bottom, which there's some cool shit down there, I tell you now. Very exciting. And today we're going to wrap that one up. Hopefully it has helped. If it has, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, do all of that good stuff, and stick around for much more No One Survived. I've been Wired, you've been awesome, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.